Hey, 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 future Daytonians and those that live in Dayton right now. I wanted to go through and talk about different communities and the average price point and median sales price for each of those communities to see where your budget would fit if you're looking to move into the area, or maybe you're moving to look from community to community and you're not sure where you should put your money and how much house you can get for your money. So we'll just dive right in here. I'm StephanieClemens with Remax Victory and Affiliates, and I'm just going to go ahead and give you some sales data for 2024. And it's kind of interesting numbers actually, but you can kind of get an idea of, average sales price, median sales price, and kind of go from there and where the most activity is happening and that sort of thing. So we're going to talk about Beaver Creek and Beaver Creek Township. So Beaver Creek is, if you're looking at Dayton and you're looking at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Beaver Creek is right outside of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. It does house quite a few government contractors, and Wright State University is right next door to it also, and we'll talk about that when we hit the city that we're talking about there. So Beaver Creek, 724 units sold, average sales price $358, and then median sales price $333. So if you're looking for something that's in between the 3 to 400s with a yard, Beaver Creek is known for those folks that are looking for a yard. They don't have a lot of sidewalks. Unless you're in the newer communities. The average or the time frame for builds can be anywhere from the 50s all the way up to currently. There are quite a few neighborhoods within the Beaver Creek area that are up and coming and new builds, and then they also have their existing homes. Like I said, that you can find anywhere from a sprawling ranch on a half acre. Could be around 1,800 to 2,400 square feet. Then you can also find tri-levels, 2 stories, that sort of thing, all within the Beaver Creek area. When we're looking at Bellbrook and Sugar Creek, our price point is going to increase a little bit more, but the less units sold, it's a smaller community. So we're looking at 297 units sold. Too bad we couldn't get those 3 extra ones in there, with an average sales price of $447. With the median price of $406. So we're still within the 400. So if you're looking for something below 500,000, you can definitely get into Bellbrook, the Sugar Creek area. Most people like that area because it is a smaller, close-knit community. And then also, you can get some newer homes on acreage. You can find the smaller ranches on a little bit of acreage also. So Bellbrook will give you a yard. Once again, there are not a lot of sidewalks depending on the community. It is, like I said, it's a smaller community. The traffic in there has picked up a little bit due to all the new construction, and the Costco, the Kroger, the Target, that's all in that area in order to get to some of the neighborhoods that are off of Feedwire. But you are looking at a smaller community, a little bit more close-knit than the Beaver Creek and Beaver Creek Township area. Next up, we're going to look at Centerville in Washington Township. So this is a larger area. Once again, you can see by the units sold at 918. The average sales price is right around the Beaver Creek sales price of $355, and the median is $331. And mind you, this is for the year for 2024. Centerville, once again, is, a very wide range of homes, probably starting around 1950s again, and then going to new builds. A lot of places in Centerville will give you a yard also. Could be anywhere from 0.25 to a little bit more than that. And once again, there's some fabulous new builds there. There's some fabulous mid-century moderns that are there. It is a larger community, as you can see with the units sold. It's larger than the Beaver Creek area. It's widespread, but I don't think it's quite as widespread as what Beaver Creek Township would give you. But it is a larger community, larger schools, that sort of thing. Next up, we're looking at Dayton. All of these are suburbs of Dayton. Unit sold is 1607. Dayton is a larger area, obviously. At the average sales price of $128. So you can get a lot of house for a little bit of money in the Dayton area. The median sales price is $122. Dayton has plenty of schools to choose from. You can also go ahead and do what's called the Ed Choice in the Dayton if you're within the Dayton City Schools, and that will give you the option to give money to go to a private school within the Dayton area. Actually, all of these communities do provide that. Also, you get the most money for most bang for your buck in the Dayton area. Um, Once again, it is the largest area with 1607 that was sold. Next up, we're looking at Inglewood and Clayton, a little bit smaller community again at 508 that were sold. 245, so very affordable, and 236 for the median. Inglewood Clayton is kind of known for its they've got a lot of trees. There's a lot of established neighborhoods there. There's not a lot of new builds. There are a few, but not as many as what you're going to get in Sugar Creek, Bellbrook, and Beaver Creek area, and even Centerville. Um, it's not much more that they can expand on in the Inglewood Clayton area. It's a little bit further out. So if you are relocating for some contracting jobs or for the military base, that is a little bit further. You're probably looking at 25 to 30 minutes maybe, and it's all highway basically. So you'll jump onto 70 and then take the back roads into the base. Now, if you're looking at Fairborn, that's about the same size community as Inglewood. Sold is 505, average sales price and median sales price 241 and 210. Now, Fairborn is where Wright State University is and where the Wright Pat Air Force Base is. Easy commute to wherever you need to go. You can just jump on 675 and that can take you to 70. It can take and up to Springfield and Columbus, or it can take you to downtown very easily also by going the back road or going 35, either one. So Fairborn is kind of, right here, and you've got highway here. So it's easy commute to wherever you would like to go. Next up, Huber Heights is a little north of Dayton. You can take the back roads to the base if you're looking for that. It is a little bit larger of a community with 573 sold. Average sales price 226 and then median 212. So you can get quite a bit of house for your money in there also. Huber Heights is actually really growing very, very quickly. There's a Buc-ee's coming in Huber Heights. We're all excited about that. They've got an outdoor music venue and lots of new builds going on in Huber Heights also. So it is a growing community. You can find smaller ranch homes there, 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,200 square feet that are very reasonable priced. And then you can also find the larger homes. Most homes are not on like a half acre or anything like that, or 0.25. It's all community. And you've got nice yards if you're just looking for a little bit of yard for your dog or your kids. Moving on to Kettering. Kettering is a larger area. 761 homes were sold there with an average sales price of 248 and a median of 229. So once again, you can get quite a bit of house for your budget in Kettering. And Kettering has a wide variety of types of homes. You can do the 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,100 square foot home. And then you can also do the massive sprawling ranch on a golf course in Kettering also. So there's lots of different centuries that are going on in the Kettering. And there's a little bit of new builds there, not a lot. It's packed in. So Kettering is packed in the middle. So you've got Dayton, you've got Kettering, and then you have highways. You've got Beaver Creek that surrounds it. You've got Centerville and Washington Township that surrounds it. So Dayton surrounds it. Oakwood surrounds it. So you're kind of within a city, basically, a bunch of cities. If you're looking at Miamisburg and Miami Township, we've got 477 that were sold there with an average sales price of 275 and 265. They are doing quite a few new builds in the Miamisburg community, but you also have historic homes in Miamisburg with a cute little downtown, and then you also have some new builds. So you've got quite a few. You've got a different century that's covered in Miamisburg, dating back to the late 1800s and early 1900s. If you're looking at Oakwood, that's more of a smaller community, very walkable community. If you're looking for something like that, it's close to downtown. So if you have a government job or a city job, Oakwood is just right there. Easy commute to the base also once you get onto 35. Close to University of Dayton, right next door to the University of Dayton. Prices are a little bit higher there. You're going to pay a lot more for your home in Oakwood. Their schools are highly rated, which then drives up the price. And it is a smaller community, so everyone loves the feel of Oakwood. Like I said, there's tree-lined streets and there's historical neighborhoods. They have a few new builds, but not a lot. But they like to keep that old style into their neighborhood. So they had 183 sold, median average price point of 459, median of 400. So you're spending a little bit more money there, but depending on the community that you're looking to get into, and the vibe of the community, Oakwood may be your best choice. When you're looking at Springboro and Clear Creek, this is a community that has definitely grown. And a lot of folks, if they split their time between Dayton and Cincinnati, like to choose Springboro, because you can get a lot of house there. You can get a house with a yard. You can get a new build. You can get an older house. When I say older, probably like 1960s ish. Lots of different styles of homes there also, but you can definitely get some on acreage, but you can definitely get a new build in Springboro. So 484 were sold there with an average price of 513 and median of 434. That's interesting that there's that much of a difference between those two. Moving on to Vandalia, which is the airport area. 301 were sold there, 285 and 259. So it's a very affordable community once again. Not a lot of new construction going on in Vandalia, a little bit, but they're more of a 1950s and up. You can get a few communities that have some acreage to them, but most of the community there will be ranches. Or two stories that are builders came in and created communities and that sort of thing. Let's go West Carrollton. That is right outside of Dayton. 361 sold there. 189 for the average and 189 for the median. Interesting. West Carrollton obviously is very affordable. You can find there's no new builds there. Well, maybe a few custom new builds. Oh, wait, I take that back. There are some new builds in West Carrollton. Ryan Holmes did come in there and do some new builds in that area. So you do have new builds, and then you do have the smaller ranches, and then some Cape Cods and that sort of thing. But they're mostly smaller homes that you'll get in the West Carrollton area. Xenia, a little bit larger of a community at 466 that was sold, 254 for the average and 224 for the median. Xenia is more of a I don't want to call it a farm community, but it's more on the outskirts. So you have homes that are within the city limits of Xenia, and then you've got Xenia Township, which you've got homes that maybe are a little newer, or acreage or horse farms or something along those lines. Xenia has grown a little bit with their commercial. But they're known for their bike paths, and there's a great little area to stop, and they're known for their proximity to Yellow Springs, their proximity to 35, their proximity to Columbus, and that sort of thing. Next off and lastly is Yellow Springs. Yellow Springs is a very tight-knit community, smaller. It's called the Village of Yellow Springs, Villages of Yellow Springs, and they had 68 that were sold. And because it's such a tight-knit community, and because there's so little housing available there, it's just a very different community than what you would find in any of these other places. Yellow Springs is more free going, free spirit type of community. And so their average price point was 430 with their median being 400. So as you can see, you're going to pay for the atmosphere that you have. They have a great park system there with the John Bryant Park. And then they also have bike paths that lead through there. They've got breweries. They have small little boutique shops. So, there you have it. Yellow Springs brings us in at the end at 430. So what do we see as the highest price point if you're looking at those high price points? Looks like Bellbrook is 447 and Oakwood 459. Waynesville, we didn't really talk about Waynesville. That's a little bit outside of the Dayton area, but that's that you're going to have more with Waynesville. You're going to have more ranch type communities, more acreage communities, that sort of thing. on the outskirts of Waynesville. So if you have any questions on any of these communities or would like some more information, please do reach out. Send me a send me a message, a DM, and I will definitely get some more information out to you. If there's any area in particular that you would like more details to, I can definitely provide that for you. So hopefully you have a great day. And if you are liking the information or would like more information, like I said, keep up with the Dayton area. Definitely subscribe, and you will get notification of any new videos coming up. So have a great one, and I will see you all soon in the next video.